Hello, good people. What's going on? Good morning from Dhaka, Bangladesh. Welcome back to the channel. Today, time is 4:30 a.m. here. I'm supposed to be having my morning walk steps, but I decided to sleep a little bit more, so I will balance it off somewhere in the daytime, nighttime. But it's my pleasure to do the videos first. This is my job. Sometimes I do take a little bit long to upload, but I upload every day. So this second episode is not about fragrances. I will talk about life, sort of like a podcast with a video. So I'm a bit confused. What is a podcast? Podcast perhaps is an image or something there, and someone will give like 40, 50 minutes of a video. I do sometimes like longer video as well, but I talk about life lessons and stuff, and I share. I really feel that the other side of life, there are a lot more out there happening in real life, just not just fragrances. So hopefully you're doing good. And my scent of the morning, I decided to wear this. This is Valentino Vomo Intense. This is a very gorgeous fragrance with a beautiful bottle, and this perfume is like one of my favorite fragrances. Scent profile wise, that is very sexy. Okay, check out the review. This is not a new fragrance, but still one of the best. Okay, so I decided to talk about something random topics. These are the topics I think of when I do my 2 hours. Yesterday I did work for almost 5 hours. So this kind of time, you just like in a different zone altogether. You keep burning, you keep sweating, and it's difficult, challenging weathers, but you march on, and you feel like positive energy inside of you, so you hold a lot of power within you, right? So this kind of times you have some of the best like eye openers or realizations, which make you like take some decisions you couldn't take in general. Okay, so one of the decisions I took is that I decided to walk away from anything that is causing me like negative impulse. If it's causing me pain, sometimes I feel I'm being used, insulted, or not prioritized. These are all important things. Like if you are friends with something, I'll give you a few examples as I go, and you will understand perhaps better. Sometimes some people do not see your value. Sometimes you are not really appreciated, even though you are the honest, you dedicated and you didn't do anything really wrong, but people sometimes dump you or leave you or betray you, and they show you that you did not deserve the best. Okay, and it happens after a long time. If it's like between strangers, and I don't actually mind, because strangers can do a lot of things. They can say hurtful things, but for someone for quite some time, and then they mistreat you, they showed who they were and who they are now, not the same person. It sometimes leaves you with scars, and it changes you. But then the changes are not going to be easy. But once you see the changes and adapt to it, and you move on and make some changes in yourself, life gets better. So I was trying to say, I walk away from any place, I said it yesterday, from negativity. When I am not happy, because I can tell certain people are creating certain issues, or they are not really who they seem they are when they are face to face, but when they go behind you, they do something else. Okay, so this kind of things will always mess with your mind, especially if you are emotionally very intelligent, if you are very like full of empathy, like you are this kind of people, you are a good person, which is a rarity nowadays. Most of the people nowadays are full of how do I say, they just want to be using you all the time for your something, money, time, or if they can get something out of you. But in general, people are not really honest. That's why a lot of time you'll see relationships don't work. A lot of the times friendships don't last. Yeah, they will say that it was you were the reason, whatever. But at times people do not own up to their mistakes. People don't own up to what they have done wrong. They always like to blame others. There's a lot of narcissists here and there. But in general, the very simple rule, okay, that is, if you feel somewhere they are abusing you, in a friendship, in office setup, wherever they are close to you, you can call them friends, your partners, whatever, if you're seeing someone, but you notice that you are always unhappy in one place. No matter what you do, how much you try, how much you think, how much you even realize maybe that I have done something wrong, you say sorry genuinely, but in long run, they always blame you for everything, and it doesn't stop. It's a mental abuse. Okay, and this kind of abuse really hurt good-hearted people. Maybe you're not the perfect person. Sometimes you're angry, sometimes you are sometimes you do have a fight, and maybe it is your fault, but get a blame for everything for everything else, like nobody owns up to them. It's never, nobody ever says, maybe I was also sorry. If someone says genuinely sorry, you can definitely feel you can forgive and move on, even if you don't want to continue, but you have a closure, right? But sometimes we don't have those kind of closures, and we have to find our own closures and decide what we should do. Should we let people continue abusing us, take advantage? If, let's say, you are in a relationship and they know that you are weak for certain things, and let's say even if you're done, but they keep coming back and keep telling you this and that to mess with your mind, bring back bitterness, and then put you back in the pain again, is it worth it? Is your time not worthy? Is your self is not important? Don't you feel that it's about time that you see your own value? You do not let people waste your time no more. You do not let people treat you whatever the way they want just to make them feel better. They just only feel better after they manipulate you mentally, and then they can say, hey, you are not such a great person, I was the better person, but anyway, you have my validation or something. So you think that you are living with such validation, but it's very toxic, right? So what I'm trying to say about this point is this: any point, whatever relationship, your parents, your family, whoever puts you down and ever insults you, don't live with that insult. Because if you're a self-aware person, if you are a more or less honest person, you'll never be happy from this kind of treatment. Okay, so let's say you are in this position that you cannot make up your mind. You feel that you're gonna be heartbroken, sad without these people. If you know someone, let's say one of my best friends, I know him since childhood. We grew up together. We don't have any more contacts, because I tried. Maybe I had some mistakes, but I know in the long run, like if people really want to maintain a friendship, relationship, whatever, if their intention is right and their ego is not much bigger than your relationship or friendship, they will always knock you and say, hey man, let's meet up for coffee, and then whatnot, and then you will actually continue your friendship. But then you see the ego, and then their treatment of yours is like they feel they are a much better or bigger person than you are, and they avoid you. You don't need to keep going back to them and knock them and stuff. Move on, man. You can have other friends. It will suck sometimes to lose a friend or partner, but it's, trust me, that loss, like it will give you reality check. It's much better than living in illusion that people still love you, they care for you. And mostly in relationships, you might feel that I need this person, even though toxic, I still need to stay there because of the attachment that I have. I need their approval. I need them. I need to tell them about my day. I need them to feel, what I'm feeling, They don't feel the same way. Sometimes, I'm sorry to say, it will really shock you, because you think like, if I can feel empathy for these people when they're down, if they need me just for moral support or whatnot, and you be there for them, but they don't feel the same way. They disappear whenever it's convenient for them. They find other friends, other people more attractive, and their time is much more lucrative. They go there, and they come back only when those people leave them or something goes wrong. And when they come back to you once, twice, you might feel like they're coming back because they miss you. Maybe they feel that you feel they actually realize. They never realize. People, when they left you at your absolute worst, and then shocked you and broke your trust, and you just were like destroyed, this kind of feeling. People knew what they're doing. Let's say your business partner, they ran away with your money, okay, or they cheated in the business or something. They caused you harm, hurt, losses, and they acted like later on they come back without any absolute real apology, and they want to say sorry or something. Hey bro, what's up? Or without any sorry, or like, how's life? You'll not forget that. You'll not forget the betrayal, and these are the things that come from only close people. They can only hurt us who are the ones who actually have our trust, our belief, who are close to us. This is the weakness they think we have, right? But imagine you are an honest person and you trusted so much someone, you trusted so much, you shared so much of your life story and your vulnerability, like this kind of things, and they did not share a thing about themselves. They just said, okay, at first you don't pay attention, right? You feel, oh no, I'm sharing with them, they're listening. But actually, if you reel back after the bitter experience, like over the years, you'll notice there are a lot of gaps, they are not as empathetic or as kind as it seemed like. Okay, maybe they were just tolerating and they just like hated you secretly. And I can read people. Okay, I can see when people are not really, the facial expression changes. If someone is really attracted to you, they really like you, they respect you, they will pay attention when you say something, they will listen, and they will also like to share. This is the normal human reaction when they're good. But some people, they are very different. They don't have any empathy, they don't have any depth, they don't have anything real about themselves. All they care about what they get, their happiness, and like if the whole friendship whatever is bringing them something, and if it's not doing anything for them, they will be like hating you. They will say the very same thing they used to say, they used to like about you, that you're so genuine and you're really honest, and let's say you are very open with them, and you're really sharing. It is a very big thing. It's like for me, if someone is an honest person with me, and no matter whatever form it is, friendship, love, whatever, and I can just sit with this person, I know that whatever I'm sharing with them is intact. It will not be shared anywhere else. I can trust this person, and I can just share certain stress or certain pain sitting with someone, and it's great. It's a great feeling, that trust, the belief that you have in someone, and if they can keep it intact, like 2 points, like you are here and they're there, and it creates such a beautiful story sometimes. These are the people I really enjoy, and they are the people who will give meaning to your life. Like they will restore the faith in humanity. So I choose this kind of company nowadays, and I do go to people who are genuine. Let's say someone is in pain, but they are great people, and they're not okay at this moment, but I do talk to them, and I listen. Okay, because I am also sometimes, I need someone to listen to me, or understand. Then I have not like carrying the whole burden of it alone. So sharing is caring, right? But some people will not see these things. Let's say you are with someone and you put them in priority, top priority above anybody else. Let's say you like someone, okay, your guy or a girl, okay, whoever is in your life, and you love them, and you trust her or him more than anybody else in the world. You share everything. You guys share jokes, and they say that, let's say your girlfriend, whatever, she's like always tell you stories, and you really believe it. Let's say she said, I hate bodybuilders, they're show-offs, they are like so like cringe. But let's just give this one example. But when you break up or something, immediately you feel like going through that process, right? Something happened, and then this grief period, and then there's a part when you take your time to get relief from the pain, and it takes time to heal. But imagine they just jump onto next guy, which is usually not the case. Usually they've been seeing for more than 1 year or somewhere, and they slowly thought, women sometimes think they're going to dump someone, just not going to continue the relationship because they are bored with the current relationship with you. But much later you realize, like, they come back like, he was a bodybuilder, he was so much better than you, blah blah, and all these things, right? So what does it tell you? She lied. Okay, this is another thing do not put up with. When you realize someone is lying to you for little things, they take their mobile phone, okay, they take their phone and put it upside down when you guys talk, okay, on the table, even if you're meeting someone new, or they're always like this, and then just like putting it there like this, and you're looking at, when they look at you, they're not smiling, but when they're looking at the phone, they are, right? So these are little signs. You realize that they don't really have as much care for you or respect for you that you think or seek in them, right? So don't stay in this kind of zones. Even like a friend sitting there, all the time, he's like there on the phone, hey bro, yeah, sure. It shows a lack of respect, okay? They are not really into you. They just came here, I don't know, for whatever reason, just to have a coffee and then just go back. Real people, they sit with you and they give you time, and they will say, hey bro, come over here for lunch or dinner, we'll talk, we'll cook, you can have a good day here. So that's what matters, keeping positive people and what is real. Always stay within reality. Bitter reality is much better than a sweet fake hope or something of a sweet lie. You can live in that illusion like, hey, I have this person who got my back. They don't. Okay, they don't really. You know it back in the head, but you know that you cannot trust this person 100%, but you feel like you still need to be in this zone. You don't need to be, okay? Because in the long run, no matter how happy you are in the fake world, or no matter how much they tell you like, I am this person, I don't mean anything harmful, I always meant good, or they say stuff like, I was always there, I always kept the trust. I was here from this year to this year. But in general, they never ever say, because in a relationship, whatever, let's say you are with someone, if there was a breakup, there were reasons for it. Maybe it was your time for things to go away. But in general, I feel two decent human beings, what they're gonna do, if they actually loved each other, they respected each other, they care for each other that much, like they claim, hey, you are never good enough, you didn't see me, but they never say what was wrong with them. They always just put the whole blame on you, right? And they never give you credit for what you did, and they keep coming back to you. So if you really sit and think, you take yourself above the ground level and you look down neutrally, and you realize there must be a reason though why they come back. If you were such an evil person, if you were the one who was responsible for every single breakup, every single horrible memory, they would never come back to you. Okay. There was this incident. One of my exes, she went and left because I did something wrong. That when I was young, I was very cringe. I'm still very cringe, but I learned certain things that which are not cool. It's very immature. You should not be playing around, fooling around with someone's feelings, like being a bad boy, lie. Women hate that, up and down, on and off, and then you make up stories. This kind of things, in general, women hate it. They want steady, they want you to be honest, they want you to be respectable, so that they can respect you, they can like you. So there was a time maybe I was seeing someone or talking to some other girls and stuff. She didn't like it. She blocked me and left me, like 3, 4, 5 good years. I never heard from her, or 6, 7 years. And I respected it. When she walked away, I was hurt. Like, how come, we are not in touch anymore? But that person is the very same person who was my last relationship, because we sort of thought like I thought we had a future, but didn't happen. But then she leaves, and then she keeps coming back, and then she keeps coming back with other intentions. I know that this is not out of love or empathy, or they realize. They never ever apologize. They always say, I'm sorry, casually, like that, or hey, what's up, but you can actually respect a person when you see that they understand that when you walked away, maybe you did not mean harm, maybe you were hurt, maybe you were feeling like it's not going anywhere. So there was this huge moment before you made that decision, and they respect it. They don't assume that you left them for someone else. They don't assume that you just played with them, okay, and then immediately jump onto someone else. But the whole respect, when you break up, there is no usual good way of breaking up. Most of the time it ends up with heartbreak, because it's a heartbreaking thing. Even if you say shake hands, okay, and then you say I wish you all the best for your future, and they really mean it, even then it's hurtful, okay. There's no less pain in breakups when it was real, okay, unless things became very bitter, then people celebrate, oh, I'm free. But in general, people will be sad, they'll be grieving, when they lose you. They will not ever hurt your sentiments, like they say, even after breakup, and they know that you hate certain things. Let's say they hate you smoking, you'll never smoke in front of them. That's the respect that you have because of the past, okay. So that past, the good time that you had, like few years, few months, and you really had a connection, and obviously things were not always bad, right? Things were once very sweet, and the person was very kind to you, and you really, really cherished them for those moments, special moments they gave you, the kindness, they held you, and they made you feel like $1,000,000, they made you feel like you are the special person. You feel like you're flying like a Superman, right? You do not forget that. I do not forget that. No matter what happened, I realize one thing: when good times come to an end, you have to also accept what was wrong with you, but it cannot be just always your fault, okay. When they put the whole blame on you, maybe they're just upset or whatever, but if people have good intention, they will never ever let you go. They'll fight for you till the last day. They'll never ever come back and tell you, hey, this guy is great, that girl is great, just to make you jealous, just to make you feel angry or emotionally again disturbed. They'll never do that. Do you know why? Because a good person is always good no matter what. They can say a lot of things. Hey man, I was good to you, you never saw me, so why did you hurt me afterwards? These are the things you look for answers, but in the end you realize you don't need to find closures. You don't need to find answers why people did what they did. They showed you by their action what your value you held, okay. If they're decent, they will just say, let's have a sit up, I absolutely am horrified, or I'm heartbroken, so you did this thing wrong and you really hurt me, okay, I'm walking away. Okay, so that's how decent people end, and then they move on, and you can actually give your best wishes, love, you can forgive them, forget, and you never have a grudge inside you, or this pain, or whatever this thing burns, it's not going to be there. You can actually let them go if they actually meant to meet someone else, like a proper good person, and they found the life partner they wanted. You'll be actually happy with it if you're a good person. Okay, you'll never feel jealous, you'll never bother them. I never bother my exes. This is one rule I follow. If they left, they left. If I left, I left for a reason, and you have to respect it. You have to give them their space as well. So if someone keep coming back and disturbing, it's not always when they miss you or they love you. They come back for revenge. They come back to hurt you. They come back to see how you are doing, if you are dating someone better than them, or they're a better person. And one other secret, men, you guys should take note. I'm just talking random. Women are built very differently than men. Not only there are few differences in the physically and stuff, but mentally, men and women think very differently. Men need stability. Okay, they want to see, okay, I am being able to trust this person. Not once they trust someone, they will go all the way. They will not like suspect someone. They are not going to put a spy behind you. They're not going to suspect when you don't see or meet up for a long time. They will be steady, and in their head, even if they do not show all the time, but to them, that person is everything. You don't have to hide. You don't have to go behind the back or cheat on someone. And good guys usually don't do this. They change. Even if they're a bad person, they change. For them, maybe they are not really putting the 100% effort. Okay, let's say they're a bit lazy, or they got work, they are not physically well, but whenever they show up, the moment they're going to meet that person, they always are excited. I was always excited when I used to go see her. Like even when the things went bad, I was very excited. I was very happy. Like I'm going to meet this person. No matter what happened, it's like a happy feeling. But that's not how sometimes people come to you. Okay, they feel very different. This guy's annoying, I hate him, like I have to see this person and pretend, like, because they say they don't want to hurt you, that's why they don't break up with you. But when they left you with no closure, and how do people feel? They don't really care. So that is much worse. So what I'm trying to say here, the whole point, when they come back and they say like, I came here for a certain purpose, just to see how you're doing and all that, and I wish you all the best. See their actions following up. Okay, sometimes they try to get information. So what's her name? How is she? She pretty? Or they try to get information so they can go after them. Women have this tendency. Women are very, I don't know, like I never ever spied on my exes, because genuinely I'm trying to move on, but they'll go to profiles of women that they think that you're dating, and they will reach out to them and message them and stuff. These things kind of happen, right? So what you really have to do is cut. Once you're in a relationship, as a guy, never keep in touch with your exes. One thing. Second thing, never talk to other people and without letting your partner know. Okay, because these small things can cause huge misunderstanding. Maybe you share few things that is very personal, like you talk about your boyfriend with this other guy, and they're always there. Then the other guys are sitting there at the back. They never are empaths. They are waiting for a chance to take your girlfriend, right? They're trying to do, So she will pretend like, hey, he's just a friend. They will never tell you, like last 2 years they've been talking to them. And moment they see that you're breaking up with them, and you realize that these persons in your life is not really honest, immediately they'll jump on other person and to look like they just moved on. But no, they moved on long time back. So in the end, this is what I'm trying to say. If you feel once someone is not 100%, they might show in other actions. They can spend on you, they can say good things, sweet things, but one time you see that she cheated on you, lied to you. Once you see that, that's it. That's the end of it. No matter how difficult, if you hang on, you'll just go on about life with so much pain. Detach yourself, guys. Okay, even if you're a girl or a guy, see what you are worth. Maybe your world is not meant to be surrounding them. Your world or your job is not to make sure they're okay even after the other breakup and they come back as a friend. You don't have to be friend with your ex. That is absolute like a mistake. Okay, so you sometimes leave them, not to hurt them, not to win over them. You just let go, just to be happy inside of you, and you also give them a closure. You yourself give them a closure, which you don't need to do, but once you start avoiding totally, just no contact, it's just indifferent, you will see slowly you start building this strength inside of you. When I do walk, when I do stay active, I do my other things, and I have, set up my life goals, I feel, in the work, I find meaning. I find whatever I'm doing, I'm not just pretending. There's no pretending to be happy. You either are happy or you're not, right? Slowly I can see whatever my feelings were killing me inside, slowly they are going away. Slowly I just realize the happiness is either coming from myself within, or it's not outside. I'm not going to seek outside for validation of people, for them to tell me you are great. I don't need anybody to tell me. It's not narcissistic behavior, it's not your ego, but you just know within yourself, like, I'm special for this. Everybody has something special. Okay, so some people are good at expressing. Okay, I am trying to express, but I get blamed for sometimes, like, hey, you're just like saying because you have this platform, trying to be this good person, show everybody that you are the best, but there's no weakness of you. If you come and ask me, did you do this? If I actually did it, I will say, yeah, I did something wrong. I'll admit it. I don't fear confrontation. Okay, yeah, there are some dark sides about me. I'm not perfect. I'm trying to improve, learn, and in next relationships I will not do it, but I will never cheat myself. That is the biggest goal I have right now, and I will not let anybody be part of my world who is not worth it. Some people are not worth it, and nowadays it's very difficult to work with relationships. Like, nowadays relationships don't work that much because people are lost, people are shallow, people are selfish. They want certain things with you, but they want certain things with someone else, and you cannot 100% depend on someone. Life partner, good life partner is very difficult to find, who is emotionally very strong, available. Even, let's say, relationships don't work, okay, in the end, but if you have a deep conversation with someone, it's so much more meaningful than having a physical relationship. You are very highly active, just make out and everything, but you guys don't know each other. You guys don't know what's your favorite song, what's your favorite food, and after 6-7 years, and you just realize you never got to know that person. You never know who they were. They just showed you in the end what a monster they were, right? So that's all you remember. But I would say basic things before I finish. Few things. Don't hold regrets, okay? Because life sometimes do things to you, and things happen which is very difficult to accept, but maybe it has happened for good. Once you accept it and see it, you can actually move on. Second thing is, don't hold grudges, okay? Some people, they were good to you once, you had some good moments, okay? And if you hold that hatred within you, you can never be happy. If you want to take revenge, take them down. There were sometimes I had this urge, to hurt my ex, because when she was bothering me and she was trying to hurt me purposefully and trying to just like, I know she sometimes lies, I know this, but I realize maybe when people come back sometimes because out of emotion, possible also, right? So I give them benefit of doubt. Maybe they came back because sometimes it was bothering them. Maybe they were sad, they couldn't go anywhere else. So when you actually are a giver, when you give time or sincerely want to listen to them or give them like, even though you're hurting, seeing someone else, but you didn't care and you actually wish them best, you wanted to be not crying, you did a good thing, okay? So in that way, your heart is much bigger. So in that way, you feel better. It's not a win. It's not a win-win situation. It's just that you need to understand, maybe they came to you for something, maybe they missed you, like they still hold something for you, okay? Somewhere deep down, because the good moments, you are irreplaceable, okay? Nobody's replaceable. The exact person, they can have better person, worse person than you, but that exact same you that you held someone's head and kissed them or hug them when you see them, or you hold their hand while you're driving. These little things, these are the most beautiful things in life. Not everybody gets lucky in love, okay? Not everybody gets lucky in relationships, because love is a very rare thing. It's a very precious thing. Love needs honesty, love needs loyalty, love needs care, love needs depth, your willingness to do some changes. Let's say it's not working, something's trouble, so you have a sit up and then you just work it out. If you just walk away from there, you see it and they don't really care, they don't want to commit to you, they always keep you in secret, they don't want to ever introduce you to her friends, her family, whatever, already these are red flags. But once you realize when it's too late, then you cannot move on from that, okay? So move on, try to move on as soon as possible. Moment you see no value, no respect, and always fighting, and always you have to be struggling, there's no relaxation, walk away from that situation, okay? And lastly, God is there. If you like to believe that or not, it doesn't matter, but I seek comfort in understanding feeling. I do need closure, like what did I do wrong? If I do wrong somewhere to someone, I apologize to that person as well as God himself, and I say I repent, I want to do better. And I like to believe, I keep telling myself, I need to motivate myself, because being a better person is not easy. Being an honest person is not easy. Some people cannot do it, right? But inside of you, you have to do one thing. You have to believe in one thing. No matter what you do to hurt people, no matter how much ego you have, no matter how smart you are, one day you're going to get old. One day you're going to hit that point when you are not having so much fun. You are a bit old and you have less friends, and you are just left with yourself. Okay, that time you reflect back and you say, what did I do? What did I do? Did I do right things, wrong things, or was I a good person? These things, when you can see in the mirror and you can say, no, I'm satisfied. Okay, like whatever I did, I left someone, or I did this, it was justified. They deserved it. If they feel good about it, good. But if you don't feel good about it, you see that person maybe is hurting because of you, but you never actually gave him a honest apology or something. It will hurt, because inside of you can tell the world, you can tell everybody that I was the best person and those people were bad. But inside that, you did them wrong. Okay. And that will make you feel very bad, because you could never be the real person. You can never come out, in the open. You cannot tell people. You are always hiding, running away from reality when someone is actually trying to be committed to you, being honest, and they, approach you, they question you, they challenge you, and you just don't want to be part of it. You're just like, nah, it's easier to walk away and easier not to own up to my, accusations. Like that phone situation I was just telling you, like, they always want to see you something on your phone. They look at there, say, can I see your phone, babe? But when you ask for their phone, they're super secretive, and you see they spend so much time, elsewhere, and they like gaslight you or whatever is the ghosting you. Previously they met you, their schedule. They would be so happy to meet you, but slowly they disappear, and this time is going to somewhere else. Okay, they are seeing someone else, they're talking to someone else. Don't live in your life, like this kind of situation and be okay with it. One person less love, don't deal with it. You have to see your self-worth, otherwise they will not respect you. Okay, if you respect yourself and you walk away, that is powerful. Okay, so do it for yourself, for the respect, self-respect. Do it for your inner peace, and also to walk away as a better person. Okay, be you, girl or a guy. Okay, so that's it. I don't think any more of that needed, but it's sharing makes me feel better also in the end. And no matter whatever, you guys can feel different way, like you should not be talking about this, maybe it shows a weak side of you. It's okay. I can be okay. I can be, even you feel something wrong with it, like whatever I said, you find something wrong with it, you can say no problem. You can say you are lacking here. Okay, leave me a comment, maybe I'll try to change it as well. Okay, but accepting it is better than living in illusion. In the end, you'll never be okay. After 2 days, every 2 days, you'll be depressed and you'll be lost, you'll be crying. Again, you go to someone else, because you cannot just live with the idea that I can be living alone. I can be living that life where I don't need anybody to be happy. And that person who can be actually happy and they can survive from the pain and rebuild themselves, these are the most strongest person in the world. They're the most dangerous. They cannot be messed with. You cannot manipulate them anymore. Okay, these people will genuinely be happy. Okay, let me just share with you one very quick thing. I talk to many people nowadays, and I don't talk to like one person. I was in a situation once in a relationship that my life partner, she was not life partner, my ex, she would not let me talk to someone else or go to somewhere else, because they always wanted all your time, right? And they wanted to control you like that. Like, I want you to tell me where you're going. They're very insecure. You need to constantly update them where you are. They have, trust issues. But when people have trust issues, they do have trust issues within them, because they also are those persons, because they do this. That's why they cannot believe others. It's a very bad feeling. It's a very weak feeling. Like when you cannot trust yourself, a person, and you always are doing bad things as well, you'll never find happiness. Okay, I find happiness when I know that I don't need to put a spy on someone or like suspect someone. What's the point of suspecting, staying? There's no happiness, right? But I just realized one thing: as long as you stay true to yourself and you have all your questions answered, absolutely you'll be destroyed sometimes, you'll be in pain. Even sometimes I'm in pain sometimes, but I face what's the situation, what's the reality. When I see the reality, it helps you every day at a time. More and more time goes by, that space, that time, it heals you. Okay, so give yourself time. If you rush too much, you try to be happy all the time, blood rush, that dopamine, it's all fake. It's all fake. It will never work out eventually unless you have depth. Depth is very, very important. So the person I'm talking to right now, there's this person very special in my life, and it's not a relationship. It's not yet, because you cannot have like jump from one person to another and then suddenly it's a relationship. No, you get physical, suddenly afterwards you lose interest. But the power of conversation, and you actually can share over coffee for hours. You can go for a walk with them, and then you just share. Man, these I cherish. These are the moments I cherish, because I know very well there's nothing giveaway or something that you're going to lose, even if you don't talk to that person. But those moments, you can share, and you get some answers back, because they can help you. They have empathy. They do have this how to say, they are willing to give you the time from their busy life, and that makes you feel special, right? So these things, rebuilding, whatever, but I don't depend on these things. But when I do see, I have special people who are capable of human emotions, empathy, and they're sweet, and they're original. They are sometimes telling me, like, she's telling me, hey, I don't think you're doing this right, because don't do it. Sometimes they will, and I know that they mean good for me. They say, don't always like doubt yourself that you made a mistake and stuff. No, you made a decision, stay strict, and you be strong. They don't tell you don't go here and there. They don't tell you. They say it's up to you. End of the day, it's your decision. It will show eventually. But having this kind of respect and this depth of conversations, communications, it's precious. Okay, and not everybody has it, because narcissists or people, sorry, there's a bag down there, the narcissists or the toxic people who are like always unhappy, they can never be doing this with anyone, because they don't really have any friends. They do have friends who know the other version of them. They are like so pretty and they're so perfect and sweet. They don't know their real self. I know their real self. I know what kind of person they are inside, and I know why they are not happy. And I try to reach out. No matter how much you try to reach out, these people will never be able to change, because this is how they develop their life. They were like this since maybe the young age, right? You cannot change a person if they don't want to change. Okay, you might think like your greatness or your kindness can change, your love can change someone. If they don't want, they will never change. That's the reality, and you have to accept it. That's it. Okay, have a nice day. Thanks for watching, guys, and love you all. If you're in a relationship, always keep a little bit of space in your head and love for yourself, time for yourself, so you also have a life. Your whole life is not dependent on someone, chasing someone. Don't chase people. Love someone, definitely be there for someone when someone means something to you. But if they don't do the same for you, never chase people, because it drops your value. I never chase people. I don't like chasing. For some reason, if they don't care for me, why would I chase? And I know I have certain value. It's not arrogance. It's just I know I'm a great person, even though I'm not the most creative or funny or whatever, maybe I'm not that rich. But if someone opens up with me and I can see that they're trustworthy, they're worthy of loving, I will do anything for them. But not for everybody, right? So love yourself that much, give yourself that much love and respect. Okay, then there's no guarantee you'll end up with someone great, but at least people will have their respect for you. Okay, have a nice day. See you soon. Take care and stay well. Bye bye.